Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Heal Lift Rise. My name is Carla. Thank you all so very much for joining me here. Truly appreciate every single one of you, all of your love, support, and kindness to the channel. I wanted to share today some messages about this frequency war. This kind of came through the other day, and I wish I would have gotten on when all of the messages started coming through, but I was in the middle of driving and I wasn't gonna just stop somewhere, which kind of felt the urge to do, but stop somewhere and just kind of record a video while I'm in the car. I had things that I was like trying to get done, but this message was about this frequency war, this frequency game that is kind of playing out and kind of running right now in the system, in the game. Like, there's a need to definitely ground yourself, ground your energy, and to really get in touch, get in tune, get centered within yourself, so you can really tune into your frequency and tune into yourself and the frequency you want to be at, that you want to maintain. And I share this with you because I know there's a lot of misconception in terms of trying to understand what this frequency game is and how important it is to maintain your high vibration. And yes, we naturally are high vibrational beings. That is a true thing. But if we are allowing ourselves to get thrown off center because we're consuming a lot of fear-based, low vibrational information that's meant to keep us in a low vibration, make us feel really down, make us feel really angry and upset and in a low energy, then we essentially kind of get sucked into that energy. We stay in that energy, and essentially we're choosing it because we're not allowing ourselves to kind of detach from that and to not allow ourselves to get absorbed into that energy. We get to choose. We get to choose what our frequency is. We get to choose what we're engaging with, what we're absorbing, what we're allowing into our space, into our energetic field, you could say. And it's important to get choosy. It's important to be aware of what we're allowing into our space, what we're allowing into our environment, because it becomes a part of our energy. What are we allowing ourselves to be open to? And are we able, if we're really in tuned and in touch with our energy, with ourselves, we can filter out what is not ours, what is not for the highest good. We can transmute that energy, right? So I share this with you because there are so many different ways that energy is kind of being thrown at us to distract us, from so many different avenues, so many different ways. People will also experience moments where they have these thoughts that are not their own, this energy that comes through, and just to bring you down, thoughts of just feeling not good enough, feeling terrible about yourself, just thoughts that are not your own, kind of infiltrating your mind. And again, it's these distractions, these energies that are kind of just being thrown at us, and it's there to bring us down. It's there to hold us at a lower vibration. Again, the frequency war that kind of has been going on in our world for millennia. This is something that has just been in existence that we've never been aware of. And that's another reason why I always share with you to to be observant and be aware of your thoughts, but understand that you are not the thought. You are not the thought. You are awareness, your pure consciousness, experiencing, witnessing, being a witness to what you're experiencing, to what is going on. So you are witnessing the thoughts, observing them, watching as it comes through, but you are not the thought. It is not your own. And, in some cases, and understand, when you can understand that and you understand, you can detach from that, knowing you're not the thought, you also can allow the thought to pass by, allow the thought to cross through, but understand it's not your own. Understand this is temporary. This experience in itself is temporary. You will then be less judgmental of yourself and realize that there's no need to judge yourself or to make to be mad at yourself or upset with yourself because of what you're experiencing, because you might have experienced negative thoughts, because you are not the thought, and because these things tend to happen, and you can get really, really good at just being observing of this and allowing it to come through and understanding that it is not you, because your power lies within yourself, because you are a very powerful, sovereign being of light. You are so powerful, and you hold this power within you. It's within every single one of us. Every single person has this power, and we're not all aware of this power. We're not all informed of this power within us. These are ancient teachings that we are starting to remember, that is becoming more and more relevant in our life, because we are remembering it. We are starting to remember who we truly are. Yet this ancient wisdom, this knowledge, this truth, this golden truth of our powerful light, of our sovereignty, of our divinity, has always been present. It has always been here. But we have not all claimed access to it. We didn't even know we had access to it because of the conditioning that we have been raised in, what kind of societal conditionings, what we were taught. And to be honest, these are the very teachings that I believe we all should have been taught. These are things we should learn when we're young, when we're, growing up new into this world as kids. We should be aware of the truth of who we are, of how powerful we are, of our, immense, beautiful, pure light, our innocence, this connection that we have to source because it exists within us. We are never disconnected from source. Knowing that we are creators, and it's just all of this beautiful innocence and this truth of who we are. And as kids, that energy is so beautiful and so sacred. If as kids, if kids are allowed to just be kids, if they're just allowed to be playful, be creative, and just be free to explore, to be curious, to learn and understand a little bit more deeper, kids can really, really take off and create so many amazing things, because their intellect just expands. Their creativity just expands because they are so connected to source. And there's, again, if this is before the conditioning, if they are able to be that free-spirited and be that true in touch, that true divine self, they are so limitless because they're not in the logical thinking. They're not in the fear-based energy of, all of that negativity, all of those things that are, running rampant in our energy as we become conditioned and as we grow up to be in, we can realize, so kids can create so much, and that frequency, that energy that they're holding expands, and what they're creating is just such high frequency, and it's sacred, and that is what we have been led to be disconnected from, the childlike self, this sense of curiosity, playfulness, and the creator, because kids are so creative and they're so good at creating and making things up, because they are so good at using their imagination. And that's what we've been disconnected from. We've become so disconnected from that because we've been led to believe that we need to grow up and that we need to be adults and to work really hard, grind really hard, and to suffer and rely on everyone externally, and forget and disconnect from our own internal eternal source. And that's where all of our power is. Our power is within us, with our eternity, our eternal self, our eternal source. It is infinite and it is internal. It is ever present within us. Everybody, all of you, all of us, has access to our eternal self, our intuition, infinite wisdom within ourselves. And that is something that I believe that we are starting to come back around to, and we're starting to, so many more and more of us are awakening more to our divine truth and to this eternal wisdom, our eternal knowledge, our true divine self, who we truly are. And that is helping people to move forward. That is helping people to see clearly through the illusions, through the distortions that have been placed on us. And again, that's why has that happened? Because it's for control. It's to manipulate. It's to cause fear. Because when people are in fear, they are easier to control. And it's only when you know who you truly are and you reclaim your inner power that you do truly can become powerful. Because you're no longer controlled and held down and held in a place of fear, because you know that it is all an illusion, and it's just there to control you. It's really about breaking free from all of that distortion, not feeding into the fear, not feeding into the illusions, but to detach from it, rise above it, reclaim your power, step into your power. And above all, it's knowing yourself. Because when you know who you truly are, you become a powerful beacon of light in this world. And you can also help others, even just by being the example, just by being the example for others to see that they too need to reclaim their divinity, and they too need to stop feeding into the fear, stop, just being part of the sheep, and to realize that they need to in order to break free, they have to know themselves. They have to reclaim their power and know and be their sovereign, divine being self. I genuinely feel that more and more of this will occur, where people are going to be continuously stepping into that, that energy of discovering the truth. Because I will share this, as you awaken more and more, it's like as you become more aware, right? There's like different levels to this awakening. Because you obtain greater levels of awareness, But as you do, I will share with you, it doesn't become more light. It doesn't become like just more heavenly, holy, or I don't know what people are expecting, right? But it doesn't become that. You actually see more and more and more of the shadow of like this darkness of like what truly is going on, and how it's affected you, or been affecting you, or affecting so many people. You start to see the bigger picture, and it is not pretty. It's not pretty. But the good thing about this, and I feel like the most important reason behind this, is so you can see this truth, but it also prompts you to step into your power and like ask yourself a lot of important questions. How can you be of service? How can you be of service to this world that is, evident? It's obvious there's suffering. There are many people entrapped, entangled in, this system. And how can you help elevate the collective? How can you help people out in this world? Where do you feel called and inspired to kind of share your energy and kind of move in that direction of helping humanity to rise and expand their consciousness, and to help people become, and see their best version of self, because I do believe we all exist as this divine, beautiful, beautiful being. All of us exist as a sovereign being, but we all don't always see it. We all don't see it because we are allowing the limitations of what has been placed upon us to run rampant. We allow fear-based energy to control and manipulate us, and to just distort our lens, our perception of our reality. And it almost like keeps you in like a victim mentality, a victim state, and you can't move forward on your journey if you're not stepping out of victim mentality. You will have to leave the victim mentality behind and step into your true, authentic, sovereign divinity, reclaiming your power. Because you won't be able to do both. You won't be able to hold both. It's going to take you leaving that victim mindset behind. And as you do, and as you step into your power, you will feel definitely, there are going to be some things that come up, but it's going to be that feeling of, I need to push through this because I am ready for this, because I am of the light. I am a divine, sovereign being. I am here to help. I am part of this ascension. We are ascending, and I want to help humanity. I want to be of service. It really becomes like a whole new adventure when you reclaim your power, when you step into your power. And I believe everything becomes limitless. Like there's infinite possibilities, and you don't worry so much about the little, the little workings and things of how it's all gonna pan out. You just start moving and shifting along with with the changes, and with as you see fit. Like, you allow the journey to unfold, but you're focusing on having fun. You're focusing on, your creativity of how you can create and how you can share your passion and help other people at the same time. And everything just starts to kind of unfold and bloom like a flower in its own time. But you're not worried about how it's going to be. You're not worried about how it's all going to pan out or play out. You're just focused on just taking the step and taking another step and just taking action, inspired action as you see fit and how it feels right to you. And it's going to feel connected to your soul. You know, your soul is going to be ignited when you're stepping into your power. It's this initiation phase, and you start to feel very, very like powerful from within, and you can feel what feels right as you make certain choices and as you move in a certain direction that you're being guided to. It feels aligned, it feels good, feels like a activation is occurring. So I share this with you because we're at such a time now where, you know, everything in the reality is like wanting to distract you and control your frequency, and you hold the ultimate power. You hold the key to your frequency and unlocking your highest frequency. It's within you. It's within your heart space. Opening your heart and healing your heart as you keep your heart open. Feel into your heart, tune into your heart. Allow yourself to get kind of grounded and centered within your heart, leading from this place and this space of infinite love that dwells here, this infinite love. It's like this flood. Let the floodgates open of your heart. Just allow yourself to move through life from your heart. And you know, I keep hearing, get your heart turned on, get your heart turned on, get your heart activated, and allow it to help you navigate your life. Because when you move from this space, it is pure, and it can only be pure and purified as, you know, the more you get in touch with it, the more you clear and clean out the clutter, the pain, any pain or tension that you've held on into your heart space. The more that you can get in touch and feel it. Feeling is healing, and it releases that energy and transmutes it back to love, to its original source, and it clears it. So then you can have and be in tune with this pure loving energy, and you can clearly see and feel the truth within your heart from your heart space. So you can trust your heart, and you can trust what you feel and how you're being guided and led from your heart space. So it's a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. And we all, I think, tend to forget that the heart is so powerful, it's so wise, and that you have the key to unlock your power and to unlock your heart space, you know. And it's a matter of keeping your heart open and being in tune with your heart, because the heart is essentially the key. It's the gateway to accessing higher, infinite levels of wisdom and love. And every single one of us has that power, has that access. It's a matter of taking a few minutes of your time every day to get in tune with your heart, settling into your heart, putting your hands on your heart, breathing in, breathing out from your heart, and allowing yourself to feel whatever you are feeling within the heart. Sometimes, for some of you, you might experience pain when you tune into your heart space. You might feel like, for the first time, if you've never done this before, you might start feeling a little bit of pain. You might feel a little heaviness. And the more that you keep breathing in and out from your heart space, and you just allow yourself to feel it, it's going to dissipate. That energy, that heavy energy is going to go away. That pain that's in your heart is going to go away. And you can even talk to the pain, to the heaviness, and ask, what are you carrying? What is this from? What is this pain from? What is this heaviness from? And what comes up, first will be what that answer is, and you'll feel it. You will know if it's true, and you can release it. It's not something you have to hold on to. And I truly feel feeling is healing. And the more that you allow yourself to feel, the more you open yourself up to being able to, hold greater bandwidths of light within your energetic field, within your energy body, within your light body. You'll be able to hold more light. The more you are able to make space for and feel the different uncomfortable energies that you get in touch with, that can feel in different parts of your body, different chakra points. Also, some people also talk about different organs hold different frequencies and different energies, and you can get in touch with different organs. This is also about getting in touch with your body. You can see and you can feel, so then you will see what area needs more love, what area you need to kind of work on and release energy from, where you're holding maybe more energy or there's like a blockage. You can kind of be your own expert if you listen to your body and hear the whispers of your body. And there's actually a book that I read many years ago called Hear Your Body Whisper, or Hear Your Body Whisper. I think that's what it was called. And I can't remember the author's name. She wrote this book. It's amazing. And I actually emailed her about it. And I remember I got a response, but talking about how you connect to your body just by listening to the subtle cues that you receive, the discomforts, any discomfort you might have and experience, and just kind of really getting in touch and in tune with what it is that your body needs and wants, what it doesn't want. And you kind of create this balance when you can listen and you receive that feedback and you make adjustments. You're actually creating the harmony for your body as you listen and receive that feedback, and then take action to what your body needs or doesn't need. So you are always creating that harmonious effect or disharmonious effect if you're not paying attention and listening to your body, because our bodies speak to us. As you know, you got to feel into it. It takes feeling. And again, that's why I always go back to feeling is healing. Feeling is everything. It's a part of who we are. It's a part of our DNA makeup. Part of the human nature of this experience is to feel. And, it's also another way that our spiritual gifts can get activated, is how connected we are to feeling, allowing ourselves to feel. How much have we allowed ourselves to feel certain energies, uncomfortable or not? How much have we made space for and allowed ourselves to actually feel into energy that we are experiencing? What stories have we attached to it? How much have we been willing to let go and surrender to these different energies that have come through and that we've experienced? Super, super powerful stuff. I feel like I could just talk about these things all day, and I know I've kind of jumped from one to another, and I feel like they kind of all tie in together, because it comes back to talking about what I started with this frequency war that kind of is, kind of ongoing, on our planet. And it's important to really get in touch with yourself and hold the frequency. You create the frequency of what you are wanting, what you're wanting to maintain. It is important to become aware of what you're ingesting within your mind, within your body, what you're watching, all of it, because it all matters. It all does create a frequency. So important to be mindful of that and to understand that you are powerful, and you can be a master of your frequency. You can master the frequency of what you are wanting to experience. If you're wanting to experience more love, more peace, whatever it is, more joy, you can create the frequency, because you are a high frequency. The only way you become not high of a frequency or high vibration is what you are allowing into your energetic field, what you're ingesting, mind, body, soul, everything that you're inputting within you, and what you're telling yourself, and also what you're attaching to. Another thing, these energies can just come through you. They can come through your mind, thoughts that are not even yours, and you don't even have to pay attention to it. You don't have to feed into it. You can just allow it to be there and just watch it pass through, because it is not you. You are the master of your reality. You can create, and you are the master of your frequency because you are the creator. So I wanted to share this with you. I hope in some way this helped you, gave you a different insight, perspective, and just remember that you are so powerful. Never forget that. And until next time, my friends, take very, very good care. I love you all so very much. Bye for now.